Why every man needs to create an alter ego. You know what my issue with humanity and society is, fellas? And as a man that has lived all over the world, as a man that has, hopped in and out of different societies, I've always just observed in the back, just observed, studied as if I was a peeping Tom, getting an intimate view of humanity, of life. Y durante mis viajes lo que me di cuenta es que la gente se esconde. Y para ser franco, me parece que se esconde como cobarde. You see, in order to truly aggrandize and become everything that you want to do and experience in this life, you're going to have to accept, you're going to have to invite your insanity. Society tries to put you in a box. Society will make you normal. When in reality, we like to act like we're so polished, like we're so sophisticated. We have our cars, we have our air conditioning, we have laws, we have customs, right? Understandable. But in reality, we're still primitive in many ways, and we're still animals, despite the hubris of thinking that we are the apex of the universe. And so, what I've come to realize as I've worked through the dungeons, through the caves, through the purgatories and abyss of my own mind to escape passivity, self-doubt, self-sabotage, the anguish, to escape all of these lower level feelings and emotions and mental states that I've been in throughout my life. What I found is that creating an alter ego, that was the best thing I could have ever done for myself. We wear different masks in society. The way that I talk to my mom is not the way that I talk to my clients, the way that I talk to my friends when I'm chilling smoking cigars, right? You guys are already wearing different masks. The way that you are when you're working your corporate job is not the same way that you talk to your children, your friends, your woman, whatever. And so you're already putting on facades. You're already adaptable. You see, the human being is a chameleon. And this is why I never believe that somebody is exactly who they portray themselves to be when I first meet them. I have to spend time with this person and see what they want me to think. If you want to know who somebody is, just observe their actions and their words and think to myself, what is this person trying to make me think about them? Is he trying to make me think that he's just, super, sophisticated guy, or that he's this tough guy? And oftentimes, what you find beneath that mask is that there's somebody else. But then the question, it lies, well, Dudley, if you're saying that, people wear different masks and that's not who they really are, why does every man need to create an alter ego? Because if you want something out of life, it means you don't have it right now. And the version of you that has that thing, you're going to need to tap into that. And so what I've figured out how to do myself, right? I've studied people like Kobe Bryant. You hear him talking about Black Mamba, right? You've seen people like Beyonce talking about Sasha Fierce. However you feel about these people, the truth is the human being has the capacity to enter in different mental states at a whim. You have the ability to tap into different parts of yourself. And so it would be behooving to you to create an alter ego that's going to get you everything that you want. For example, right now, Dudley is talking to you, but I also have Jacques. Jacques is my alter ego, right? Whenever you see me being compassionate and I'm vulnerable and I'm open on the channel, that's for sure Dudley speaking. And whenever you see me talking about business and women and things of that nature, that's so is Jacques. I have different parts of my personality. I've accepted that I'm a multifaceted, eclectic man. And for anybody watching this right now, it would behoove you to bequeath your mask that's not serving you. That's the God's honest truth. Now, how do you create an alter ego? You need to free your mind, my brother. You're already wearing different masks. You're already speaking differently around different people. You're already acting differently around different people. So by that context, that would mean that, you're normal, right? Because that's what normal people do, even if it's unbeknownst to them. They're normally, cold switching, as we say. Now, to be abnormal, you would need to be able to tap into an alter ego for extended periods of times. There are days, sometimes weeks, where I'm not Dudley. For example, when I'm living in a different society and I'm speaking a different language, that language brings out a different personality in me, right? For example, if you watch my mannerisms sometimes when I'm switching through these different languages, mid-sentence and mid-video, my posture changes, right? My movements change. I'm not doing that consciously. When I adopt a language from one of the societies that I've lived in, I adopt the culture and the ways of thinking and the ideology. I tap into that frequency as if it was a radio station. Right now, I'm speaking English. Kono mapale Creole. So even the way that I just advance forward is a part of the African nature of speaking Creole. So if you can understand this, you can understand how if you create an alter ego for yourself of the exact man that you want to be. In my case, I was timid. I had a stutter. I couldn't speak. I was not confident, right? I was broke, right? I wasn't dating the women that I wanted. I was nowhere near a leader. I couldn't even lead myself. And to be honest, I was quite ashamed of myself and in the lower frequencies for the majority of my days. Now, how was I able to break out of that mind state? Well, I just told you, I had to create an alter ego. I said, I want to be a Renaissance man, a guy that's smooth, charming, speaks multiple languages, knows how to shoot, knows how to fight, right? Has autonomy. And so I started to cultivate that man in my mind. If you can conceptualize it, it means it already exists. So I already thought about this version of myself that I am today 7-8 years ago. I just had to start doing the work because the truth is this external reality, this frequency is slower than the frequency of the mind. So once you conceptualize it, you just have to tap into it. So I tapped into that man and I started doing the work on myself to get out of being passive, right? Working on my body, working on my skill set, learning new skills to build businesses and fail forward. I've been failing forward for the last 7 months. And when I look back at who I was, I said 7 months, 7 years. And when I look back at who I was 7 years ago, I'm unrecognizable. When I look back at who I was 2 years ago, I'm unrecognizable. And so that's another thing is that you're going to have to accept that you need to be growing forever. And via cultivating this alter ego, you'll be able to tap into this version of yourself that is literally like a Batman, that's literally like a Superman. So what I want you gentlemen to do today as a practical, actionable step, as I've said in many videos before, is take the time to think about the best version of yourself. How does he walk? How does he talk? Where does he live? Find details like that. I'm not going to go over the whole spiel that I always talk about in the videos, right? Now, I do repeat myself often for the new viewers that come here, but you need to get real concise and conduct yourself with brevity in terms of the kind of man that you want to be. Like I said, for me, I saw myself being like a real life James Bond. I now speak multiple languages. I have autonomy. I do what I want. And I'm going to have to cultivate different departments of that alter ego to get to new heights, because there's things that I'm learning right now that's in alignment with the man that I know that I'm going to be 5 years from now, right? Educating myself more financially, learning about different investments, things of that nature. That version of me already exists, and I'm taking the necessary steps and actions in the real time, and I'm cultivating and I'm tweaking that alter ego. I'm tapping into that man. And so this is why every man needs to create and have an alter ego. When it comes down to it being crunch time, to put it frank, the average man is just not built for war. So Whatever advantage you need to create to be able to tap into that warrior energy or whatever, you need to create an alter ego. You need to accept the fact that you're insane. I promise you, it's better over here. I mean, shit, I'm talking to myself right now. Yeah, you're watching this video, but if I would change my perspective and I'm standing in the corner of the room right now, looking at myself, I'm sitting on a couch talking to a piece of plastic and metal. I'm already crazy. You're already crazy. You're already always in your head. You're always comparing yourself to other men. You're always looking at yourself in the mirror saying, oh man, like I could get better, or I'm not liking this. You're already crazy. And so if you could just stop pretending like you're normal, you go out in society and, you try to just fit in and go with the flow. Oh, this is normal. You go to your job and play the corporate politic game. You're really passive aggressive. You motherfuckers are already crazy. You're in your head 24/7. So if you're going to be in your head and you reside in your head, it would be behooving for your head to be solace, for you to be able to find refuge and solace in your own mind. And when you can understand this, you accept you and all of your lunacy. I embrace my lunacy. I'm crazy. I'm a maniac. I've said it many times on the channel, and I'm unapologetic for that because I don't care. Because it took lunacy to get me out of the mental abyss and purgatory that I was in. And I have no issue being crazy. I have no issue being abnormal. Because to be abnormal is to be contrarian to the average populace. And I could never be that.